Hi, Joshua, you can start.
All right. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for participating in this SPM Masterclass series conducted by Dr. Ila. Today's session will focus on listening, SPM paper 4. Dr. Ila, good morning. How are you, Doctor?
Hi, morning. How are you?
Fine,
Well,
Doctor.
we
Fine.
had a good start in the morning. Everything was late, but I'm sure our students are also, I think, more focused on tomorrow's paper, which would be the Ujian Lisan Bahasa Melayu.
Yes, Doctor.
So I think we are stressed with that. Maybe they will come and watch this later. I don't know. So how are you anyway, Joshua?
I'm doing good, Doctor. Thank you very much. Busy with schoolwork as usual, Doctor.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So you want me to start?
Yes, Doctor. You should can start.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Joshua, for doing this with me.
My
Joshua
pleasure.
is from SMK Ungku Aziz from Sabak Bernam. Okay, and I also like to thank SMK Hulu Kelang in collaboration with Unit Bahasa Sektor Pelajaran PPD Gombak, who is also, with us for this masterclass series. And this would be our last day for the masterclass series. For those who have missed the three skills that we have done, which was reading, writing, and speaking, you can watch it on YouTube. All right, but I have also put on I've also put on the chat a Google form in case anybody wants to request last minute class with me on after the BM writing paper on the 31st. 31st or first, I cannot, not first, second. After second, I think I might be wrong on the 2nd of January. So if they need, you just fill up the Google form. So I will see if there is a demand, I will do it, because most of those who have answered so far are teachers who have asked for it. Okay, so please feel free. If there is no request, I'm fine with it. It's just like a community service that I'm doing for those who need it. All right, so I'm not going to waste any more time, but I just want to inform everyone that the recording that you are hearing today, I would like to thank my own students. I'm not going to mention name. Privacy is very important, for helping me to do the recording, because YouTube is very sensitive to copyright, and I don't want to use AI, which is very artificial, or any materials from any publishers without their permission. Therefore, it is recorded by my own students, and I would like to thank, they know who they are, very much for today. So if you hear any mistakes in pronunciation or anything, that is natural speaking language among my students, and that it would be a possibility something you all will hear when you are listening to your listening test, because there'll be a lot of circumstances, which I think Joshua and I will talk about when we do the listening. What kinds of scenario you may experience when you are doing your listening test, because these are things out of your control, but we can advise you what you can do. All right, so let me just start, okay, with this person with W. Yes, I wish you the best of luck. Don't worry, all of you will do well. All right, so just to remind everyone, now we are doing a short dialogues or monologues, and then we'll meet again at 12 for longer narrative or monologue, and then we'll do matching, and the part 4 will be note completion. Some people ask why I've broken this into parts, like there is a gap. I don't think anyone can listen to the strategies at 2 hours in a go. You'll be very tired. It's good to have a break, okay, take a rest, and then listen to another one. And you also can come back and listen to any parts that you think you need help, and not the whole life, and you need to find where the parts you want. That's the reason that I've broken up this in parts, okay? All right, so for the SPM 1119 for English language, which will be for listening, you would have 4 parts, all right? The one in bracket are the number of questions and marks you'll get. So part 1, you will have 3 option MCQ, short dialogues and monologues. You will have 7 questions. Part 2, you will listen to 1 long narrative or monologue, and there will be 8 questions. And then part 3, short monologues where you have to match the speakers to the statements that they have given there. And part 4 will be note completion. Okay. So it will be only 40 minutes. The test generally will be about 30, 34 minutes, something like that, in the 30 minutes. And you are given the extra 6 minutes to transfer your answer to the answer sheet that is at the back. I want to remind everyone, these answer sheets are very important. Shade your answer with your 2B pencils, not HB pencils, because HB pencils, they are not very dark. So darken it and make sure you circle it correctly. If you want to erase, please erase and make it clear, because these questions, the one that you are darken it will be marked by computer, not by human beings. So if computer cannot sense what you have marked, then it will mark as X, and you will lose marks. So make sure that is right. And the last 10 questions, my personal request is, please make sure you look at number 20, what's the number? I think there's 30 questions, right,
24.
Joshua?
24 to
24?
30.
All right, 24 to 30. Thank you, Joshua. 24 to 30, there is a space beside your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Please make sure you write at that slot, the space at the side. All your answers and spelling must be correct, because that's the only part that will be marked by a human being, an examiner. Okay, the others, they will not mark for you, right? So make sure your writing is eligible or can be read. Okay, and you have two types of items that they can ask you, whether multiple choice, multiple type questions, and the last one, you have 30 questions. All right, so the last 10 questions would be for maybe 20, right, Joshua? 21 to 30. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm confused now. Okay, I'll check back that later. All right, so listening part 1, you have 7 marks. Let's see what is the strategy. I always go with strategy. All right, I want to inform everyone what this strategy is, the way I see my students do it. I've read books how this is supposed to be done. If you have your own strategy, or you have listened or heard or learned from someone else a different strategy that would help you, go ahead, use that strategy. This is how my mind works and how I see things are done. And this is what I always do with my students. And these are broken up. It doesn't work step by step like I'm showing here. It works together, but I break it down for those who are struggling, who say, I don't know how this is done. So I've broken it down so that you know how this is done, and you can clearly understand how this is done. Because language, everything happens in your brain, and it's difficult to just say, okay, read and do this when you don't understand how it's done. So always read the instruction. It's very good if teachers who are watching, ask your students, what is the instruction asking you to do? When you do that all the time, automatically your students will read the questions and read the instructions before they attempt the questions. Yeah, then you will read the questions. Listening, you have no text, unlike reading where you have a text there, so you are more prone to read what the passage or text is. But for listening, there is no passage for you to refer to. You only got the questions. So read the questions, read the options. There are only 3 options. Okay, underlining keywords are very, very important, because during exams, you are very stressed. If you don't highlight, you don't underline, you don't circle keywords, you may miss small minor details that you would not see, or you miss them because you didn't underline or highlight them. Then you listen to the audio. When you listen to the audio, you will listen for similar keywords used, because they may not use the same words as in the questions and options that you have to look through and see. And then choose the best answer, and then listen again, because you will be listening to it twice to check and confirm. All right, so you have to be very careful when you listen, and you have to be very calm. But sometimes 1 minute is not enough to do all that for that. All right, when they give you the paper, they open. All right, straight away when they say, okay, you can open the paper, and as you are listening, you have to train yourself to be fast. Reading instruction, question, and options, the first 3 happens at the same time. Correct now, Joshua, what I say? You read the instructions, question, and then options. Is Joshua still with me? Yes, he is. Joshua, mic is not on. Your mic is not on.
Okay, on, Doctor. True, Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. It happens at the same time. I just say that I've broken the steps down. So what happens? Read instruction. There are 7 questions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's done. Then read the question, just underline. As you just go on, just underline the keywords. It'll be very fast. Actually, you can do it. But you need to practice. If only now you want to practice, it's difficult. You have to practice. So you have like about 3 weeks before your listening paper. So you can practice. Okay. Yes, correct, Fitri. Okay, you need to improvise. Listen, so sometimes what happens is when you may do the first, because there are 7 questions, right? So what happens is you may do the first 2, the 3, okay, the 3, and you would have highlight. You don't need, actually because I'm at advanced, and Joshua, we are both advanced, so we are quite fast, right? You can do 1, 2, 3. If you can highlight, it's very easy, because when you listen to the first one, once you know the answer, all right, you can continue doing the rest. It's actually easy. All right, yes, Doctor, the last 10 minutes, that one word would be, yes, thank you, Awatif. All right, okay. Next, step 1, read the instruction. You will hear people talking about 7 different situations. For questions 1 to 7, choose the correct answer. I'm not doing 7 questions. I just want to show you, I think I'm just going to use 2 examples of how you can do this. All right, so you know it'll be 7 different situations. I'm asking everyone to read instructions because I'm worried the instruction change. So you need to read instruction to make sure it is the same. 7 different situations. Okay, good. Right. So go to the next one. What you do is read each question, options, and underline the keywords. Can you see I'm doing steps 2, 3, 4 at the same time? It's not broken up. So when I read, the woman prefers shopping malls, at which these are the 2 questions. It'll be good if those listening to me quickly just type in for number 1 and 2, just list down what are the keywords you would underline. Just quickly write it down. Okay? So that you know how this is done. I think Awatif is a bit delayed in her in listening to the live, because she is at the question later. All right, good. At malls, which? Okay. All right, maybe woman. Woman not important, because definitely a woman be talking. Shopping malls. All right, what else? What about ABC? Read the question, options, underline keywords. All right, Rina, good, Rina. Prefer shopping. Right. Okay, prefer shopping malls. Okay, you are going to listen why this woman prefer shopping mall. What about ABC? What would be important in ABC? Correct. Lesser shoppers. What else? Joshua, what about you?
Lesser
What would you
shoppers,
underline?
lot of counters far away from house.
Right. Okay, very fast. See, you see how teacher Joshua has done, just lesser shopper, lot of counters far away a house. That's what we want. Okay, good. W. Then what about number 2, Joshua? What would you underline when you are reading quickly?
Most probably dew, fire, foggy, emergency landing.
Yeah, but I would also underline plane crash, right? Because plane
Yes.
crash, dew, fire, right? Foggy, emergency landing, right? Something like that. Yeah. So you need to be quick. You can do it. All right. Instead of being, you want to read and understand the whole thing, it takes time. Don't read and understand the whole thing. Your job is just, these are the keywords. Plane crash due to what? Fire, foggy weather, emergency landing. I remember that question. I got it wrong. Okay, so somebody has used it. Okay, the plane crash question. Yeah, also maybe your teacher has used this question. So this is what you need to do. If you, W, you need to maybe reflect why you got it wrong. If you've underlined certain keywords, maybe you will get it right. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Chu. Welcome back. Good morning. All right. So let's see whether let's check. So this is what? I underline. Now, this is what I underline. Doesn't mean it's correct. If you feel you don't want women, you just want prefer shopping malls, lesser shopper, lot of counters far away from house, fine. News report, plane crash. Why? Fire in plane, foggy weather, emergency landing. So that's all. You need to underline. So you will do that with number 3, number 4, 5, 6, and 7. You will do quickly for that. You will have enough time. You have to always remember during exam, the most important skill you need is relax. When you stress, your mind won't work. You need to relax. I know anxiety, how anxiety functions. You take a deep breath. If you are Muslims, you do your dua before you answer your paper. So relax, open. Don't worry about all the stories you have heard about the previous listening nightmares, because you see tahun lepas ni berlaku tu berlaku. Forget about that. What you can do, I'll explain to you later part what you can do if things seem to go off. Relax. You will be fine. Usually you don't have time to underline the keywords. Why? You will have 1 minute to read through the questions. Amalis, what do you do during the 1 minute? Amalis? So when you have that 1 minute, just look at the question and just quickly underline. Underline the questions and option. Usually, Joshua, don't we underline the nouns and the verbs? That's it.
True, Doctor.
Right? We just underline the nouns and the verbs. All right.
Very
and
true.
maybe sometimes we have to pay attention to adjectives, because certain adjectives, they change and then the answers would be wrong.
Sometimes
So
question
Amalis,
words, Doctor.
what is that
Question
again?
words as well. Question words. For example,
Yes.
who, when.
Yes, when they have question who, when, then you know you're talking about person or place or time. All right. So Amalis, I would really like to know why you don't have time to underline keywords. Are you reading like the woman prefers shopping at malls? You need to just go, woman prefer shopping malls, lesser shopper. You know, it just goes that way. Or when you, as you are listening, there's another way. As you are listening, all right, when you are going to listen, you can underline the keywords as you are listening, because they will repeat it the second time. So don't worry. These are things you can do. Okay? All right? Amali, I'm waiting for Amalis to say something. But we will continue. All right. So what's going to happen now is, all right, what's going to happen? I still don't know. Okay. You are going to listen to the audio. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play number 1. Okay. And then you listen. If you can't listen, please let me know. All right. So that I can figure out what is wrong, because I'm not on YouTube. I'm on my streaming app. So you let me know. I will play part 1, question 1 first, and then I'll replay for you the same one twice. And I'll do that for number 2 also. Okay, when you get the answer, what I need from everyone is actually why you choose, say example, you choose A. Why is the answer A? Like what word did you hear, or what sentence you heard? Because that would help me know what you have listened to and help you identify how you could do it more accurately. Okay, so I hope everyone is ready. Let me see. I'm busy reading the questions. Okay, so you have to quickly read the question, underline first everything. Okay, Amalis, I hope. But teacher, speaker using different word from answer given. Yes, definitely, Miss Secret. They will use different words. That's why I said listen to similar words. Similar words are synonyms. You know, maybe the question says smart, but in the question has the word smart, but the audio will have the word intelligent or clever. So you need to know the synonyms. Okay, if someone say I like, maybe the word say adore, but the person say I absolutely like. So it can be that way. All right. Yeah, so it's all about comprehension. Correct. Exactly. Okay, let's go and listen to this. All right.
Part 1. You will hear people talking in 7 different situations. Question 1. You will hear a woman talking about shopping.
I love shopping at the malls near my house every Sunday. I would choose the malls that are less crowded as I hate the idea of taking hours to park my car. I prefer to travel to a less crowded mall even though it is much further away from my house as it can save me more time. There would be no long queues at the mall near my house unlike those popular malls. Hence, I can spend less time paying at the counter.
All right. I will play it again. All right. Joshua, were you able to hear?
Able, doctor, but not very clear.
Not very clear. All
Yes,
right.
doctor.
These are problems students will face in the exam anyway. So let me play again. All right, I'll play again. You listen and you tell me, you write down in the chat box the answer. Can you turn up? That's the problem for this speaker. Yes, she has a very soft voice. Never mind, just bear with it for this question, okay?
Part 1. You will hear people talking in 7 different situations. Question 1. You will hear a woman talking about shopping.
I love shopping at the malls near my house every Sunday. I would choose the malls that are less crowded as I hate the idea of taking hours to park my car. I prefer to travel to a less crowded mall even though it is much further away from my house as it can save me more time. There would be no long queues at the mall near my house unlike those popular malls. Hence, I can spend less time paying at the counter.
Okay, so in the SPM listening paper, sometimes you will encounter suddenly soft, suddenly you cannot hear. There are possibility because there have been many incidents that has happened, right? Joshua, you agree?
Agree, doctor. Agree. It's spoken at the pace of native speakers, native language speakers. That's why it's not
Yeah.
word for word.
Yeah, not word for word, and sometimes people's voice are soft. So what
Something.
happens? Yeah, and what happens is you will have, like I said, calm down, just focus on the words that's being said. And Chu has given answer. He said A because she said less crowded, and why said yes, less crowded because she hates the idea of long queue or something. All right, good. You have given me the answer. I'm not giving you the answer yet because we have another one to listen, which will be question 2. Hopefully, let me know if question 2 is much better than question 1, the audio. All right, let's listen to that. Question 2. Okay, I hope everyone is ready.
Question 2. You will hear a journalist reporting about an airplane crash.
Good evening, this is BCC News. I am Christopher reporting from Toronto, Canada. This morning, 112 people were injured when Boeing 777 traveling from China crashed and caught fire. The plane was making an emergency landing and it is unfortunate that the weather was very foggy.
Question 2. You will hear a journalist reporting about an airplane crash.
Good evening, this is BCC News. I am Christopher reporting from Toronto, Canada. This morning, 112 people were injured when Boeing 777 traveling from China crashed and caught fire. The plane was making an emergency landing and it is unfortunate that the weather was very foggy.
All right, so if you notice, all right, this person who's speaking has a much clearer and louder voice. All right, yes, Aisha, I will call you Aisha. Yeah, calling her W all the while. And now she's telling me, okay, Aisha. All right, okay. So, right, what answer would that be? If you say B means secret, I would love to know why you say B. Okay, it's confusing a bit. Why is it confusing? Because you only get to hear it twice. Fitri says B, Aisha says C, but why C, why B? I would love to know. B, Rina said B because she's something about weather. A, Chu says A because it's caught on fire, which caused to emergency landing. I don't know. Back then I answered A. Now B. Aisha, you're so funny. You make me laugh. Okay. All right. Why don't, okay, most of you are very confident with question number 1, but not question number 2. Let's listen to the audio again. All right. This is so funny with the students. So that you will be very sure why you get that answer. All right. Okay, let's listen to this again. Hold on. Part 2. Okay.
Question 2. You will hear a journalist reporting about an airplane crash.
Good evening, this is BCC News. I am Christopher reporting from Toronto, Canada. This morning, 112 people were injured when Boeing 777 traveling from China crashed and caught fire. The plane was making an emergency landing and it is unfortunate that the weather was very foggy.
Question 2.
All right. So, what would the answer be now? What did you hear? It was unfortunate that the weather was foggy. Right? It was unfortunate. Yeah, there was a fire. All right. And they had to do emergency landing. But the crash was due to that's what Aisha said. Right. Plane crash and caught on fire, but not due to fire. The plane caught on fire, Zara, correct. But was the plane crash due to the fire? I feel because the keywords was mixed up. Chu. Hi, you're very funny, Chu. All right, well, Chu. A, because it's caught, which caused the emergency landing. Okay, you have to hear what he said. He said there was fire caught in the plane and they had to make emergency landing, right? But it was unfortunate when they were doing the emergency landing. What happened? The unfortunate was because the plane crash was because of Joshua? What is your answer, Joshua?
My answer will be B, foggy weather.
Foggy weather. All right, Zara, let's look at your answer. Yes. What answers did you get? All right, let's see. Okay, so the first one, everyone, you got it very right because she loves the mall because she doesn't like long queues. So have less shoppers. But number 2, all right, the answer is foggy weather. I'm sorry, Aisha, to say that your teacher was right, so you cannot argue with her. Okay? And well, yeah. Okay? All right, got it? Everyone? Yeah, these are things you have to listen carefully to. Yes, you underline keywords, but you have to listen to how the speakers say it. Then only you understand. The reason for the crash wasn't because of the fire. It was because of the foggy weather that when they did the landing, they crashed. Okay? Yeah, all right. So Fitri is so happy. All right. Okay, I am a teacher who believe that the way to get the answer is more important than, oh, my answer is correct. That's why I ask you, what did you hear? How you get the answer? That's more important than, teacher, my answer is A, my answer is B. Okay? What about you, Joshua? What when you are teaching in class?
The way they get the answer, Doctor, the strategies that they apply before, while, and after checking the answers, these are things that are more important than the answer itself, actually. When they know the correct strategies that you just taught them, taught us all of the, we'll be able to find the answer, even though it may be confusing, but when we use the appropriate strategies, well, we can get the answer.
Right. See, so most of teachers will do that. They will always ask you how you get the answer. For me, my answer A. I would say, no. Tell me how you get the answer. What did you hear? Because when you get to explain and justify your answer means you've understood and comprehended. Okay? All right. So good job. No, Aisha is not angry, Chu. I think she's frustrated because she's like why I didn't get that. So I think it's more that than being angry. She's not angry. Okay, so any questions, reflection that you want to share? Because yeah, it's a short thing, because listening is a very tiring skill actually, because you use a lot of your mental capacity, your mental ability to really listen and comprehend without being able to look at the text. All right, listening and speaking, these two where you do, even though the papers are the shortest, they are the most tiring. Do you agree, or you can disagree, Joshua? I don't know, because for me, doing that is not easy.
Yes, doctor. But depends on the parts. Part one still okay. Part two, with the longer text, it's really boring. Part two, then part four, 1 and 3, okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's what Cikgu Joshua feels. I think the whole paper is like, oh, I must hear, and then accent. Okay. Now I know every year when listening papers goes, let's talk about this under reflection. All right. Because I'm worried that when we do the other parts, will take a little bit longer. There has been issues of speakers speaking very fast. There were issues speakers accent has affected their ability to understand, soft voice. These were some of the issues, and poor people in real life who actually was not involved in the exam, but people acting like them. These people who was really near the gate, the backlash, and they are like, what did I do? And then they say, oh, it wasn't me. I want to advise everyone, don't go and look for whoever. If they say that Dr. Ila was the one who did, go and come and look for me and scold me online. Don't waste your time. Focus on your next paper, because what is done cannot be undone. And looking for the person and venting out your anger is a wasteful thing to do. Just focus on the next paper. You must remember that you were not the only one who experienced that. Everyone in your group would have experienced that. Number two, I always believe things you can control. Things you can control are things that you can do. For example, okay, this person speaks very fast. I have to keep on relaxing and just hear the keywords instead of, the person speaks so fast, so what are you going to do? And you will miss everything. So the key thing is always relax. In any paper you do, reading, writing, listening, speaking, you always need to relax. These are skills that many teachers in school, I think, forget to tell you, because everyone wants the score, right, Joshua? Everyone wants to say, my students must get A. But these are life skills, because in life, you will experience things that suddenly out of the blue you cannot control. Relax. Relax and just handle the best way you can, and know that you have done the best. Okay, what about you, Joshua? Any advice for them if they experience what I've told, like speakers speaking very fast, accent that they cannot hear, trying to put on, some of the speakers just putting on an accent and you know it very well. All right, so what do you do?
Doctor, my advice is this: because the audio is being played twice, the first time around, it's very difficult to catch what the speaker is trying to say. The second time around, after getting all the keywords, you'll be able to get the answer. So do not get that worried, because it is audio is played twice. If it's once, very difficult. Because it's played twice, you can actually find the answers actually, Doctor.
Yeah, sometimes there was a year where students were complaining, but then they did very well in their listening paper. So don't misjudge and think that when you didn't hear, you get it wrong. Sometimes intelligent guesses works. All right, always remember intelligent guesses works. All right, okay, so I made, okay, Zara, the speaker later will rap like a pro. Yes, they will speak like a pro, and I don't know how, and you will be wondering how to do this. Okay, some speak fast like I do. And then you think the sense of year might be the problem. Waktu pertengahan, okay, all right. Everybody's talking about their previous exam. So stay cool, stay calm, just do your best. I hope all of you come back again at 12, all right, to listen to the second part. And if you have reflect what you have done and you want to come back with questions, please do so. I'm here, Joshua as my moderator will always try to help you the best way we can. Okay, please feel free to ask questions. So if there is no more questions, I'll see you all by at 12 p.m. And good luck. Study for your BM as you're waiting for us. Study your BM. Read up, okay, for about 1.5 hours before you join us again. All right. So let's end this. All right, Joshua, are you ready to end this?
Yes, Doctor. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you very
welcome.
much. Thank you very much to everyone who participated. Thank you very much.